I've been asked to talk about who is the Esoteric Witch and where the Esoteric Witch comes from. So it dawned on me that apart from the videos that I make, I've not actually sat and said where the whole thing of the Esoteric Witch come from. So I have been part of witchcraft, I suppose, all my life. My grandmother was fortune teller, a gypsy fortune teller. And from a young age I sort of saw things. I was drawing pentagrams from a young age as well. And then I sort of really got back into it. Like, I went on and grew up. I went on to be married and I was practicing witchcraft in secret, actually. I was still married and doing stuff, but people knew not to sort of push me, because I was like, I could be quite dark back in the day, not like now. And then some years ago I sort of started to get fed up of a commercial life, like working in business and the rat race. I went and I retrained, and to get like the formal qualifications to go with what we're sort of taught in herb law and that. So I'm like, I went on to do aromatherapy, Reiki, and I used it in my own healing. I'd had a lot of trauma, like younger trauma, and I'd sort of been through a lot. And I was also epileptic, actually. And my journey into sort of holistic medicine and that was in finding a cure for my own neurological disorder. I don't want to say sickness, because it's not a sickness. I keep it under control now. So anyway, in that I was sort of looking into healing modalities and everything. I was getting deeper into it, and so I was practicing witchcraft like it's a craft, isn't it? You'd live that way. I'd been living that way for some years. When I moved to Tunisia, I moved to Tunisia in 2020, and I moved there because, well, being there, highly empathetic, intuitive, living on the sea, the body of water is really good, and I like the way of life and being in the sunshine, and I could work from there. And the Esoteric Witch was sort of born there. I was in business there, and I was sort of doing like massaging people with disabilities, and because the situation, it's very expensive for medical stuff over there and for the Tunisians. So I was doing like natural remedies, like making oils for toothaches and stuff, like with my qualifications, of course. And then on the 19th of August 2022, something happened that would change my life forever. I was in a very bad attack. I'm not going to go into the details, that's for another story. But however, in that attack I did have a near-death experience, and although I've been practicing witchcraft, I knew everything was connected, as above so below. That near-death experience really changed me in the fact of what happened to me in that, and it sort of changed my perspective completely. It sort of strengthened the fact of that we're all connected. But now it's like I have sort of gone through another awakening, or several, like everybody does. And now it's like, it's at a whole different level. And especially since the death of my mother, it's like I don't fear death anymore. I really don't fear death, and I tend to see things from a wider perspective than I did before that near-death experience. And so the Esoteric Witch, although it started out in Tunisia, when I came here and I was back, I got returned back to the UK after my near-death experience. And in that healing, in that point of darkness, in that healing, I'd started to go back to keeping my daily logs. Like, I journal every day. Everything I put in these videos, moon signs, moon phase, like what the planets, I would journal every day, and I put affirmations for myself. And this is sort of the TikTok and the YouTube and everything, they come about during this healing process. So when I share, it's not just to share the fact, it's using this energy. It actually helped me. I'm now back in the UK 2.5 years. And all but for some minor physical things, I've really healed the trauma. I did have therapy as well, but Reiki and everything else, I just went back to what I know. And so the reason that I share the things on this platform is to help others who have suffered, especially domestic violence or trauma, childhood trauma, Shadow work is really good. In fact, people will always look at it bad, but shadow work is sort of meeting that trauma and dealing with it and processing it in a way that you can sort of evolve and you can thrive again as well as survive. So if this resonates with you, I'm sorry it went on a bit long, but if this resonates with you and, you know, you've had a near-death experience, you're experiencing trauma, you want some sort of guidance into witchcraft or into healing or into using the elements and alchemizing stuff to help you to rebuild yourself or to rebuild your life, just give me a like, give me a follow. Even if you don't have any of those things, any trauma or anything, you're interested in the subject, give me a follow, and just keep watching. Oh, on another side, I have now got an ASMR microphone. You may have started to see ASMR videos coming out. They're like experimental. I'm trying to find out what works, what doesn't. So keep posted because there's going to be more of them coming. Hopefully I'm going to be filming later today. And so, and then also if you like long form content, I'm going to be doing long form Reiki sessions that you can find all the information in my bio. Thank you.